Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tara, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at positive things people say about you when you're not around. Okay, please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates and leave the rest, as the messages may differ for everyone watching. I'm now going to show you crystals for each pile. So for pile number 1, we have Amethyst. And we have the card the Queen with woman, fertility, feminine power, sexuality, and friendships. For pile number 2, we have Apatite. And we have the High Priestess with discernment, prescience, prophecy, and vision. And for pile number 3, we have Amazonite. And we have the card the Water Fairy with feelings and emotions. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be your pile for today. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this amethyst crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at positive things people say about you when you're not around. So you chose the card the Queen with woman, fertility, feminine power, sexuality, and friendships. Please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates and leave the rest. In terms of what I see here, regardless of your gender, people could say that you have Queen, King energy. People could say that you're someone that really stands out, that you have this royalty, regal kind of energy. People actually may put you on some kind of pedestal when they talk about you when you're not around. People may speak very highly of you, and I think it's because you give off this energy where you're very humble, especially like with friendships. Like you're very supportive towards people, and especially like when people are getting to know you, they feel like they can be your friend, they feel like they can trust you. But people may also say that you're very beautiful or very handsome, that you're very good looking, but also that you have this queen or king quality to you. And when I say king or queen quality, usually when we look at a queen or a king, it's not just that they have that power, it's that they have qualities that allow them to step into that power. Like a queen or a king will take care of its entire kingdom. And I feel like maybe you have certain qualities like that people talk about when you're not around. People could also say that you have this innocence to you since she's wearing a white dress, but also that you have this seductive energy, but you don't realize it. Like, I'm feeling like people may say, oh, I try to flirt with that person over there, my pal once, but they didn't even notice it. It's like I'm really, really attracted to them, but they didn't even notice I was flirting with them, like that kind of energy. And people may also say you're very harmonic with the harp here. People may also say they've watched you do things with this person in the back here. They've watched you do things and they find you very interesting and lovely to be around. I think people speak very highly of you when you're not around. So I'm going to pull some more cards and see what else shows up for you, but I'm also noticing she's wearing a heart. It looks like a heart or a red necklace around her neck. People may, compliment your fashion style or the things you wear, or say that you have a very big heart. So the interesting thing is I started your reading at 1333 and I'm seeing 1337 right now. The number 3 and 7 may be significant to you. 3 is a number of growth, support, expansion. So people could say Things like you're a really supportive person, they'd love to be your friend, that you're very sexy and divine, but at the same time have this pureness and innocence to you. With this three, basically three is like expansion growth. So people may say that you're always growing. Every time they see you, you've grown a bit more, you've learned a bit more. You're always expanding, especially people that know you. Seven could be luck. People may say that you're very lucky when you're not around. Like this type of energy of not jealous, like not like I'm jealous of them, but like it's like a kind of playful feeling like, oh, I'm kind of jealous of pile one. Things are lucky for them, but like in a playful way, not in a jealousy type way, because this is positive things people say about you when you're not around. So, what are the positive things people say about my pile number ones when they're not around? What are the positive things people say? We have precognition with psychic ability and future vision. And we have divine masculine with electric active power. So, with divine masculine and the queen, there could be both genders watching this reading, but I feel here this energy like you are balanced within both energies, your feminine energy, but also your masculine energy. And we all have feminine and masculine energies within us. So people could say things like, oh, my pile number ones are really balanced, they know how to rest, but they also know how to take action towards what they want. Things like that, like, oh, my pile number ones, they have this very relaxed, intuitive personality. They just know the right things to say to you. And I'm feeling like people feel this warm hug energy from you, this very loving, supportive energy from you. And somehow you just know the right things to say to soothe them or to make them feel loved by you in some way. People also say that you're very powerful, that you do not realize how powerful you are. And people may also say things about you like you are very determined to get the things you want, like you have that balance between your masculine and feminine energies. And even in face of adversity or challenges, you stand tall and strong, and that you're really, really stable and balanced. That's the word I keep seeing. People may also say that your energy is very beautiful, like your energy feels like a warm hug. People often say, like, I want to be friends with my pile number ones. I wish I could date someone like my pile number ones. Because as soon as I tapped into the energy of your reading, I was hearing that song, Put Your Head on My Shoulder. So a lot of people may say that they're very attracted to you, but not only having this attraction like, oh, I wish I could have a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a partner like my pal number ones because they're so, so, so sweet and loving. And, anyone would be lucky to have a partner like that or friend like that. And people just say that you are someone with this nourishing, healing energy. Like they feel goosebumps when they talk to you. Like your energy is just good. I see a lot of people compliment your energy when you're not around. People may also say that they want to communicate to you, they want to talk to you, but they're kind of scared to. Um, it's not that you intimidate anyone, it's more so this energy of you have this powerful energy to you, and you may have a lot of beauty or handsomeness, but also this inner beauty. And then it's like they're kind of scared to talk to you because it's like maybe sometimes they feel out of your league. Like I said, sometimes people put you on a pedestal, and people often say that you have leadership energy and leadership skills without you even knowing. Like I feel at work and things like that, people often say that you have leadership energy, that you're going to be very successful in this lifetime. Things like that. That's something I see. And it makes sense because a queen, a king has leadership energy. But people also say that you're really humble, that you should be, not should be, but like this kind of feeling of my pal number ones are so humble, they don't brag about themselves, but that makes me want to brag about them. Do you get what I mean? So that's something I see. Some of you are creative. I'm hearing some of you do music, like, and people really like your music. That's something I see, and people compliment your creativity behind your back. Whereas for some of you, you could communicate in a very poetic way. When you talk to people, it kind of feels very serene, like they're listening to music. Um, I think people often compliment your energy and say that you're just having these leadership skills and energies and this powerful energy without even you realizing it. I'm going to pull some small tarot cards. So, what positive things do people say about my pile number ones when they're not around? So, we have the King of Pentacles with the horse. Oh, the Knight of Pentacles with the horse, sorry. We have the Ten of Wands with responsibility. What positive things do people say about my pile ones when they're not around? We have the Page of Wands with the Stout. There's so many cards that want to come out. Okay, let's see. We have the Knight of Bows, which is the Knight of Wands with the Fox. Seven of Bows, Seven of Wands with clearance. We have the Six of Wands with abundance. So before we continue with your reading, I do have a small favor to ask from you. If you've made it this far into the reading, and if you've forgotten to subscribe, if you like my content on my readings and this reading up until now, can you please hit the subscribe button, as it helps my channel grow and find new audiences. I'm grateful for you just being here and spending this time with me, and I'm sending you so much love. So with the fox here, to me the fox represents this energy of cunningness. So I feel like this is not you, this is like other people. I feel like people may say, like, let's say for example, you've gone to a place and another person tries to speak about you behind your back or say something about you. Like with the Seven of Wands, it talks about this energy of like, not being defensive, but like pushing away the energies you don't want. Clearing out the energies you don't want. So, like maybe someone may say, oh, pile number one was so quiet, like they didn't talk to me. I don't think they like me. Or another person may say like, oh, pile number ones, why are they being defensive? Why don't they talk to me? Blah, 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 blah. And then, like, they're kind of being the ones that are defensive. And then I see other people coming up for you. Like, since you are so respected by people and put on a pedestal by people, other people will defend you and say, no, it's not like that. My pile number ones, they're just really discerning of people because they've had people in their past hurt them. So they take a little bit of time to open up. So I actually see people coming to your defense when other people try to gossip about you. And I see people say like, pile ones are not the ones to mess with, in a good way. Like, they're very intuitive. They will know that you're deceiving them before you even know you're deceiving them with the precognition here. But also you chose the amethyst crystal, so I feel like people say, pile ones, they're not the ones to hide things from, to do things from, because they'll cut you out of their life, but in a good way. Like, that kind of energy of pile ones have strong boundaries up and they respect themselves. That's something I see. People may also compliment this behind your back, like, oh, I wish I was more like pile number ones because they cut out that toxic person from their life, and I wish I was more strong like pile number ones to be able to do that. People may also say that you have this free, optimistic energy, that you're someone that takes responsibility for your actions. People may also say things like, you just feel free. Like, I feel like I can be myself around pile ones. I just feel free around them. They have this very free energy and they're very fun, but at the same time, they're really hardworking towards where they want to be. Um, like the feeling I get here is almost like I wish I could be more like pile number one, where I really work towards my dreams and work hard towards my goals, put in the work towards my responsibilities. But they're also really free and playful at the same time. How do they do it? Like that type of vibe. I feel like people say that you have this pure soul, this big heart, and I feel like people also say things about you that you are very passionate about life, that you're very fun to be around, but you also have this balance of putting in work towards your dreams, and that you are going to be very abundant and successful in this lifetime with the Six of Wands here and this fiery energy that you want to create your dreams to becoming a reality. So that's something people praise about you when you're not around, that you're just very hardworking and they see you gaining a lot of success in this lifetime. What are the positive things people say about my pile number ones behind their backs, spirit guides of pile one? We have the Star card. I'm hearing an owl outside, and to me, owls represent intuition. A funny thing I'm hearing is like, don't speak about pile one. They'll hear you even if they're not around because of how intuitive you are. The Sun card. And it's not in a bad way. I just feel like people just say you're very intuitive with the High Priestess again. We have the Hierophant. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Swords reverse. We have the Four of Cups. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Knight of Wands. And we have the Queen of Cups. So I'm just going to put the Queen of Cups here for now. So what I feel from your pile immediately is people say that you have this very nurturing, loving vibe to you. Like, I feel like people say that you're very intuitive, not in the sense of just like, don't talk about pile one, but like the sense of pile one just knows the right things to say. They have words of wisdom that just help me unlock things in myself that I didn't see before. You know, when I'm feeling sad about my life, when I'm feeling really stressed out, they just know the right words to say to comfort me. Like that type of vibe. Like people say your energy is very comforting. And that's one of the positive things people say about you. I'm feeling like a lot of people say this, that you have a very healing energy. I feel like people, if you've ever invited people over to your home, people may say that you have this very generous energy, that they like the food you make, the drinks you offer them, that you have this kind of hospitality to you, that they'd like to visit you again because they feel comfortable in your home. Maybe some people even say you have a beautiful home if people have ever been to your home. I'm also seeing people say that you have this energy to you where you may be young for some of you, but you have this old soul in you. Like, oh, my pile number ones, they're like an old soul in a young person's body. Or like maybe you haven't gone through the things they've gone through, but you know exactly the words to say to help them find comfort. People say you're very nurturing. People say, I'd want to be friends with my pile number ones. I'd want to be around my pile number ones when I'm stressed out because they know the exact right words to say to me to calm me down, to get me to stop stressing and stop worrying. I'm seeing Bratz when Sasha says to Chloe, calm down, drama mama. Um, I feel like you have this energy to you that's also very grounding but very nurturing at the same time. People say you're a very good listener. I think people praise you when you're not around. People also say that you have a very nurturing energy, that you're good with kids and animals. That's something I see as well. Like, I'm seeing maybe you pet someone's animal, someone's dog, for example, and that dog was not eating that morning, was sad, and now all of a sudden the dog's running around. And they're like, what did Pal 1 do? They played with the dog and now the dog's happy. Yeah, that's a feeling I get. I feel like children, babies, animals like you and your presence because you have a healing energy. I'm also seeing this vibe where people say that you have an attractiveness to you, but you also have a beautiful heart. People may also say that you have this childlike presence to you, this fun vibe. And I think people also just find you very funny. They find you a ray of sunshine. People say that you are someone that is always there in dark moments, and that's something I see. People also say that you are someone that works hard, that is very passionate about the things you do in your career, but also you have this playful side to you too. People say that you're very emotionally balanced, and people also say that you're someone that stands out, that you're someone that is noticed and recognized for these traits. And I think people really love these traits about you. People may also say you're creative with the Knight of Wands here. And I think people just say that you're gonna make a lot of abundance, create a lot of abundance. I think that is all I have for you, my pal number ones. I think Spirit is keeps saying the same things, but like I think that's all people say about you. But I think people really admire these qualities in you. And people speak very highly of you, my pal ones. I think people are often inspired by your energy. So, this is what I see in your reading. I really hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose this Apatite crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at positive things people say about you when you're not around. Please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates and leave the rest. We have here the High Priestess with discernment, prescience, prophecy, and vision. So what I feel from your pile so far, people often say that you're very intuitive, that you just know the right things to say, that you just know things without, they're like, how did my pal number twos know that? Like, they just knew. An example Spirit is giving me is, let's say you're going to someone's house and you're like, your house is so beautiful, you'd probably make millions selling this. And maybe they were thinking of selling it, but they never told anyone and you somehow just said that. Or maybe you'd say things to people like, let's say they are thinking something and you say it and they're like, how did they know I was thinking that? Like, I feel like people often just say that you are someone that just knows things and they're very intrigued by your spiritual abilities. Like, they're very intrigued by it and curious as to how you just know these things. With the full moon in the back, I feel like people often say that you're someone that feels things on a deep level, but also feels energies on a deep level and connects intuitively. Okay, I feel like people often say that you are not to mess with in a good way because you would know if someone had bad intentions towards you. People may also say, I want to have pile 2 around as a friend because they'd know if people are like having the wrong intentions towards me, I can just ask them. And people may also say that you have this very magical quality to you. People may also say, oh, Pal 2 said this yesterday and it came true. Things like that. Some of you may be tarot readers, and people, your clients or the people that watch your readings often talk about how on point your readings were and how you just shocked them. Like, because I'm looking at this person here that turned to stone. You just shocked them in some way. I'm looking at the sugar here. Some people may say that you're very sweet. Some people may also say you have a witchy energy and they're just very intrigued by your vibe, by your spirituality, that you're comfortable with that, with being yourself, like being spiritual and talking about spirituality. Maybe some of you wear crystal necklaces and they're like, oh my gosh, I wonder where Pal 2 got their crystal necklace. Like those types of things. Pal 2 can read me like a book kind of energy. So I'm going to pull some more oracle cards, see what else shows up for you. So spirit guides of my pile number 2s. Spirit guides of my pile number 2s. What are the positive things people say about my pile number 2s when they're not around? We have building your world with creation, expansion, and networking. We have friendship with support, fun, unity, and play. And we have extra cards that want to come out. Circle of eternal joy with timelessness and dance of life. And we have angelic assistance with divine guidance and loving support. For those of you that are intuitive and do readings on people often say that you feel like a living angel to them, like they can just ask you for things and you're so on point, but you're so supportive as well. Like it just feels so loving, your energy. Maybe some people also say that you have this angelic pure energy as well. People may say that you're just very supportive, you're just very understanding, you have this non-judgmental attitude towards them, and you help them understand themselves better, for those of you that do readings. But for those of you that don't do readings, I feel this is energies like people can often come to you and ask you about things, ask you your opinion on things, and you're very honest and truthful, but also loving and supportive. And somehow the things you say are always true and correct. Like, I feel like, if your friend had to come up to you and be like, I'm dating this new guy, blah, 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 blah. What do you think of him? And you tell them the truth, and then they'd be like, a week later, that was true. Do you get what I mean? That's something I see. So people may often say things about you like pile number 2s are the best to go to for advice. They're so loving and supportive, but they're also truthful with what they think and things like that. People often say things like you just see things clearly and you just know things, and somehow they believe you because they feel it's true even if they don't necessarily know. I'm seeing the number 5 and 3. So the number 5 relates to change. You may have people say that you've changed their life in some way with the advice you gave or something you said that was intuitive knowledge without you realizing it was intuitive knowledge. People often say things like, you are such a joy to be around. You have this timeless energy. And that you are so strong but also supportive. People also say things like, oh, I'd want my pal number 2s to be my friend. They're so supportive, so fun, so loving to be around, and they have really good values. That's something I'm hearing. And just this good energy, this angelic, loving, supportive energy. People also say that you're really calm and non-judgmental, and it's like you just make them feel at peace. People also say things that you are more powerful than you know, because people maybe have seen difficult moments you've gone through, but how you overcome it. And People say that you should believe in yourself more. I also see people say that you are someone that is building up your career and building up your world around you the way you want it to be. And they find a lot of inspiration from you doing that, from you being such a grounded but also supportive friend. And I feel like sometimes people often say, like, I feel like I know my pile number twos. There's something familiar about them. And those are people you have past life connections to. I'm also seeing people just say that you are a hard worker, you're going towards your dreams and what you want to build. And the number three is like about growth, support, expansion. So people also say that you're someone that is always growing. Every time they see you, you've grown a little bit more. You've expanded a little bit more. Maybe even that you have this abundant mindset, you open up their mind to new perspectives on things. I feel like often people want to be your friend. People say that you're just fun and playful to be around. And that's something I see here. So spirit guides on my pile number twos. What do people say about my pile number twos? What are the positive things people say about my pile number twos? We have the Four of Swords with rest with this moth here. So people say that you are always transforming. And I saw your spirit guide right opposite me now as I pulled this card. We have the Five of Arrows, the Five of Swords with frustration. We have the Ten of Pentacles with home. We have the Five of Cups with ecstasy. We have two extra cards that want to come out. The Eight of Cups with rebirth. And we have the Queen of Wands with the hair. So people often say things like you are having this really magnetic energy because the Queen of Wands is a magnetic person, is someone that attracts their desires to them. And I think people say that you have this energy of creation to you. Some of you may be creative, or you fearlessly create your reality. I'm feeling like people say you're fierce and strong, and they really admire those qualities within you. But also say that you're very graceful. You just do things and you make it look easy. People also say that you're someone that is always transforming yourself, always changing, and changing for the better. People say that you're very gentle and they love your gentleness, but also you don't force things when you see it's not working. You don't get frustrated. It's like people see you to be very calm and having this serene energy. Like even when things don't go your way, you allow it to be and just give it a day. And then the situation transforms and people admire that quality within you. People also say that if they've been to your home, you just make them feel at home and they really love that. You're just very generous with them. You maybe give them food, nice food, things to eat, or you're just very generous and homey. Like you have this homey energy, like your energy feels very loving and very supportive. People may also say they like your home, that you treat them like family, even if you're not their family. And if people have ever gone out with you or done fun things with you, they say that they have so much fun with you. It feels like ecstasy with you. It feels like they're just on top of the world. And I just feel like people say, even when they have gone through a bad day and then they see you, you somehow just get them out of that bad mood. You somehow just get them into a happy mood with your fun vibe. And that's what people say about you when you're not around, the positive things. So I'm going to pull some more tarot cards, but before we continue with the reading, I do have a small favor to ask from you, my pile number twos. If you've made it this far into the reading, and if you've forgotten to subscribe, can you please hit the subscribe button if you enjoy my content and my readings, as it helps my channel grow and find new audiences, and I'm so grateful for you just being here and spending this time with me today. I'm seeing the number 14, 14, and 13, 13. 13 is like goddess energy, divine feminine energy. Some people say that you're very beautiful. You have this attractive quality to you, but like goddess energy. And 14 to me, I don't know why I'm hearing the word balance when I look at 14. So people often say that you're really balanced. If you have curly hair, this is maybe for one or two of you. People really like your curly hair and they think you should wear it like that more often. And some people feel like you're just a good friend. You'd be a good friend to have around. They'd want to be your friend. So let me pull some tarot cards. So what do people say about my pile number twos? What are the positive things people say, spirit guides, of my pile number twos when they're not around? What are the positive things people say about my pile number twos when they're not around? We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Judgment card. We have the Devil. And we have the Two of Wands. We have the Six of Wands. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Wands again. Love that. I'm hearing a ringing in my ears now, faintly, as I pulled that Queen of Wands. You really give off Queen of Wands energy. With the Devil, I feel this is not a bad card because we're looking at positive things people say about you when you're not around. So people may say things like, pile number twos, they're so attractive. They have this fierce, strong quality to them, but they're also really magnetic and desired by people, the Empress. People say that you have this magnetic, seductive quality to you, that you're someone that is seen by others. And we have the Star at the back of the deck. So people say that you're someone that really stands out. You're someone that turns heads. And with the Devil, I see that as like let's say I'm joking and I'm making a joke. Like, I'm so jealous of my pile number twos, but like in a jokey, fun way. Like, they have everything. They have good looks. They have success. They have everything. Like that type of energy, because we also have the Six of Wands symbolizing success. I feel like I'm hearing my pile number twos have it all. Like, I'm kind of jelly. Like that jokey kind of fun way. That's something I see. And people find you very inspiring. People often say that your journey has been inspiring to them. You know, you may not notice, but people actually watch your journey and maybe watch how you've walked away from things that weren't serving you, how you've gained wisdom in areas of your life you weren't satisfied in, and how you went towards something new. People often find inspiration from the way you've transformed yourself from places of feeling stuck and how you've healed yourself too. But also how beautiful you are on the outside, but also the inside. People may also find inspiration from the way you do your hair, the way you do your makeup if you wear makeup, or the way you dress, like your fashion style. And that is one of the positive things people say about you behind your back. I feel like when people look at you, there's this sense of, if I'm going through something challenging or harsh, I'm going to remember what pile two went through and how they overcame it, and I'm going to use them as inspiration. I feel like people often say things like, I love pile two's outfit and what they're wearing and their fashion style. They're just really good at making themselves look that way. I want to find some inspiration and get something that they were wearing and look not look like them, but like I want to find inspiration from that kind of energy. Like, oh, I'd love to have that dress my pile number twos were wearing. It looked so good on them. That type of energy. We have the Fool card. We have the Lovers. We have the Five of Cups. We have the High Priestess. We have the Sun card. And lastly, we have the Four of Wands. So people often say things about you like, pile number twos, they're someone that really works hard towards their dreams, and I see them gaining a lot of success. They're always busy towards what they want, and I find inspiration from that. I'd like to be more like them in that sense. I'd like to learn from them and look at them. Pile number twos, they have this energy where they look at something they want and they have this very motivated kind of look towards it, like, I'm going to get that, and I'm going to be fierce and determined to get that thing. And people find that quality beautiful about you. People also say that you are someone that is going to have a lot of prosperity and abundance in this lifetime. People may also say you're very creative and they love your creativity. For those of you that are creative, people also say things like, my pile number twos, they're so loving. I'd love to have them as a friend. My pile number twos, they're so attractive, beautiful on the outside, but also beautiful in the soul. I'd love to have them as a lover. That you're just very, very loving. And that's something people see about you. I feel like people may often say pile two, they don't see what we see. Like, they're so beautiful, so handsome, but they don't see what we see. They don't see their beauty the way we see it. Like, for example, maybe there's something you're insecure about. And like, let's say you're getting ready at a friend's house and you're like, oh, I don't like my hair like this. It looks weird. But then later when you go home, they're like, I really loved Pal 2's hair. I can't believe they don't like it, but like, it's so beautiful. Like that kind of energy, as an example. People also find you so optimistic and playful and very loyal too. And that's why people often talk of you very highly. And I feel like people also often say that you feel like a guide to them. You feel very nurturing and very loving to them. Often when people are anxious, your presence gives them comfort and joy. That you're so fun to be around. They love celebrating and being with you and going out with you, especially your friends. And you just bring sunshine to the room. You have this bright energy. And that's what people say about you when you're not around, the positive things. I feel like people also celebrate your wins and your successes behind your back, and that's something maybe you don't see. So this is your reading, my pile number twos. I really hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number threes. If you chose this Amazonite crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at positive things people say about you when you're not around. So you chose the card, the Water Fairy, with feelings and emotions. Please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates and leave the rest, as the messages may differ for everyone watching. So what I feel from your pile about the positive things people say about you when you're not around. The first thing I feel here people say is how sweet you are, how genuine you are, how much of a loyal friend or person you are. Okay, people often say that you're someone that feels things very deeply, but they admire this quality within you. Because I think some people are uncomfortable with their own feelings or showing it. Like, I feel like you're comfortable with speaking about your feelings. In a world where, people ask, how are you? And we have to lie and say, fine. I feel like you're comfortable with speaking your truth and speaking about your feelings or showing your feelings in some way. And people admire this quality within you. People also admire your genuineness, your loving personality, and how sweet you are, like I said earlier. People also say something like you're someone that's always transforming, always growing, and every time they see you, you've grown more. I'm also hearing emotionally intelligent. That's what people say about you, and that you're very supportive and loving, and that when they are feeling really deep emotions, you're always there for them. You always know how to hold them and comfort them, especially your friends. That's something I see here, and that you have this ability to feel things on a deep level, not just the bad things, but also the good things, joys, happiness, things like that. And that's something I see here. So let me pull some more cards for you, oracle cards, and see what else shows up. So spirit guides on my pile threes. What are some positive things people say about my pile threes when they're not around? We have the harvest card with gathering of blessings. What are some positive things people say about pile three when they're not around? Touching earth with planting something new. And we have abundance with fortune, wealth, and plenty. So the interesting thing here is both cards have the number 28 on it. The number 28 may be significant. Maybe your age for some of you, one or two of you. I'm noticing there's two lotus flowers here, and lotus flowers are a symbol of rebirth, of growing in emotion. So people often say things like that you're healing your heart, you're healing your emotions, and you've been through really hectic things in your life, but you haven't let that stop you, and they admire that gentle strength you have. Because to be able to heal your heart, to be able to heal from something where something was taken away from you, is an extremely powerful thing. To be able to transform that wound into your power, that is an extremely powerful thing. And that's what I'm hearing people say about you. And that you've been hurt, but you continue to grow, and you're still the sweet person. You never became like the people that hurt you. You have been hurt, but you still open your heart deeply. And that's a trait people admire about you and talk about. How loving and sweet you are. How supportive and tender you are. And just how much of a big heart you have, because I feel you have an abundance of love to give. But people also say they admire the fact that you feel things on a deep level, you love on a deep level, but you also have your boundaries. So people love the fact that you set boundaries, and they find that like an admirable quality. Like, I wish I could be more like pile 3 and speak up for myself. That's something I'm hearing. Or good on my pile 3s. They're so sweet. They should speak up for themselves more, and they just do it. Like, that's powerful. I'm hearing like they're fierce, they're strong, but they also feel things deeply. Spirit is showing me Bubbles and how cute Bubbles is, but then when she's like, I'm tough not to mess with, like something along those lines. So people may say you're very cute, very sweet, things like that. People also say that you have this inner richness within you, like you just have a lot to give. You're very generous with your time, your effort, your love, and that you're someone really balanced and stable, even though you went through all those things. People also say that you have a very good energy and you make them feel at peace. You have this very heavenly energy or magical energy. People also say things like, my pile number 3s. They are always working on something new. Maybe they always have new hobbies. They're always working on something new. They always have something new going on. They're always working towards their dreams, and they're going to have a lot of abundance in this lifetime. They're a hard worker, things like that, because the harvest card doesn't just talk about getting blessings. It talks about working hard, and then we harvest those blessings of abundance. So that's something I see here. People also admire your graceful energy. And they say that they look at you doing certain things and you just make it look easy. And that's something I see as well. People could also say that you have talents that maybe you don't realize. Like when you do certain things. So spirit guides on my pile number threes. What are some positive things people say about my pile number threes when they're not around? We have the Eight of Cups with rebirth. Exactly what I said. We have balance. This is exactly what I said. This is so cool. We have Seven of Swords with insecurity. And we have the Three of Swords with jealousy. And then we have the Nine of Swords with dedication. And at the back of the deck, we have the Eight of Swords with struggle. So before I talk about what I see here, I do have a small favor to ask from you, my pile number threes. So if you've made it this far into the reading and if you've forgotten to subscribe, can you please do me a favor? If you enjoy my content and my readings, please hit the subscribe button as it helps my channel grow and find new audiences. And thank you for you just being here and spending this time with me. So here with the jealousy and insecurity, I don't think this is bad because we're doing a reading on positive things people say about you, and the dedication card is clarifying that. So people may often say that you're someone that is always growing, someone that is always rebirthing yourself. You are always finding new aspects of yourself, and you're so balanced and stable despite all the hardship you went through, despite all the struggle you went through in your life. And we have a lot of mental energy here with all these swords cards. So people may often say they often think about you and use you for inspiration to get through difficult moments. Use your strength as inspiration. We see this woman shooting arrows, but being very dedicated, and it hasn't hit anywhere. So I see this as like people say that you're someone that has been dedicated to where you want to be, and you're someone that has really worked hard to where you want to be. And sometimes when they see you working hard, it's like this feeling of like a jokey way, like I feel kind of insecure when I see pile 3 working so hard, and I feel kind of insecure when I see them being so dedicated because it makes me see that maybe I'm not being dedicated enough. Like I'm kind of jelly of them, like in a jokey way. You get what I mean? It's like they admire your dedication, they admire your ability to stay balanced even through all the adversity and challenges and struggles you've been through and heartbreak. And it's like, I don't think it's a bad thing. It's more so like that jokey way, like I'm jelly of pile 3 because of this. So I'm going to remove these cards and add some tarot cards and see what else shows up for what people say about you, positive things they say. What are the positive things people say about my pile number threes? Spirit guides of my pile threes. What are the positive things people say about my pile threes when they're not around? We have the Empress card. So people often say that you're very beautiful or very handsome, that you're very attractive when you're not around, that you're someone that's always growing, always creating something new in your life. And they really admire that. People also say that you have this seductive energy to you, this magnetism to you, alluring quality. And I keep seeing that you're ever growing. Every time they see you, you've found a new part of yourself. Every time they've seen you, you've grown somewhat. We have the High Priestess. I think often people say that you're very intuitive. You just know the right things to say to your friends and to people. Somehow you just know things without knowing. And I feel like people may also say that they're very attracted to you at times, like other people. We have the Four of Wands. So people say that you're someone that is really fun to be around. They feel like being around you is like a celebration. They feel like they can be around you for a long time and not get bored. They actually feel very entertained by you. Like your energy is very fun to be around. People love to celebrate with you. And the feeling I get is people love to do activities with you, with with the person doing art here. Like, I feel like maybe you'd be that type of friend I'd go to brunch with or have paint dates with or things like that. Things that are really fun and engaging. People may also say that they love your art or your creative action, creativity. We have the star card. So people say that you're someone that shines brightly, that you're someone that always turns heads and gets recognition wherever you go, not just because of your physical beauty, because of these inner traits within you. And it's like this feeling of pile 3. They get so many people looking at them. I'm kind of jelly, like that kind of jokey feeling, if that makes sense. We have the Queen of Wands. So people say that you're someone that has a lot of passion for life. They love your energy. Your energy feels very bright and very motivating and inspiring, your story. People also say that you're someone, like I said, it's the seductive vibe, magnetic, alluring vibe. People also say that you're someone that is very confident in yourself, or you look very confident in yourself. You look very fierce and courageous. We have the Queen of Swords. So people often say that you're very outspoken and they love that you speak your truth. They love that you're setting boundaries now, especially because you're so sweet and kind. Sometimes people may take advantage of that. And I feel like your friends will say things like, I love that pile threes are setting boundaries now and speaking up for themselves. So what are the positive things people say about pile 3 behind their back? We have the Three of Pentacles. I feel like people say that you're someone that would be the best person to go on holiday trips with, to plan things with, to, those kind of energies. Like, we're going on this holiday trip. You're very reliable. You're going to work with me, like that type of energy. People may even say, even in challenging or stressful moments, you work with those you love. You don't fight with them or cause conflict with them. And that's something people admire in you. We have the Page of Swords. So people say that you have this curiosity towards you. Like, you're very curious towards things, your mind. And they like that because it actually helps you grow. Because I feel like your curiosity is even towards emotions and certain emotions, like why we feel this or why we feel that. And I think people talk about that and say, like, let's say someone is stressing out and they're like, my friend, my pal number 3s used to stress out a lot and they used to question why they were feeling that way or why they were feeling unsatisfied or why they were feeling this, and that helped them grow and transform with the butterfly here. Because we have the Four of Cups and we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. So I feel like people say that you're someone that has curiosity towards certain emotions and that's how you grow. And it's like they spread inspiration through you. Like, my pile 3s, they were going through this too, these really stressful moments, and they got through it. You can too, like that type of energy. People also say that you have a very healing energy, that you have a lot of light, that they like your energy. We have the Seven of Pentacles. So people say that you're very hardworking, and of course you're going to get this abundance because you're very hardworking. You work hard for what you want. We have the Queen of Cups. People often say things that you're very nurturing, very kind, very loving, a good listener, a good friend, a loyal friend, very sweet. What are the positive things people say about my pile 3s when they're not around? We have the Five of Pentacles. We have the King of Wands. King and Queen of Wands, is that not interesting? We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Seven of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, sorry. So I feel people say that you're someone that is very nurturing, very loving. And you can see when people are struggling or It's like when people are going through challenging moments, you know exactly what to say to them. You know exactly how to nurture, how to comfort them out of that struggle. We have the Two of Cups and the Eight of Swords. So this is why I say this. And people say that you have this light to you, like you just light up a room and you make people feel energized even when they're in a sad mood, like all the sunflower energy here. You are like a sunflower, brightening up everyone's day, and that's what people say about you, that you just have this playful, carefree attitude to you, and it makes them sometimes forget about the challenging or the stuck moments in their life. And the love you give is so big that it makes them just forget about that for a day. With the Six of Pentacles, I feel like people also say you're very generous. You're always helping those around you, and you're just a very loving, generous person. So this is what I see in your reading, my pile number threes. I really hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!